What if true strength did not lie in controlling the world, but in mastering oneself? Every day, we face situations that test our patience. A hurtful word, an injustice, bad news. Our first reaction? Impulse, anger, raw emotion. But the Stoic chooses a different path. Today, you will learn how to train your mind to respond, not react, an ancient practice, yet more essential than ever in our modern world. Part 1. Understanding the difference between reacting and responding. To react is to let the outer world dictate your inner state. It's instinct speaking before reason, the primitive voice rising before you're even aware of it. You raise your voice, you get defensive, you justify yourself, simply because you feel attacked or unsettled. In those moments, it's no longer you who decides. It's your emotion taking control, often at the expense of your clarity. To respond, on the other hand, is to reclaim control over the space between stimulus and action. It's that brief interval, sometimes just a single second, where you have the power to choose your attitude. It's noticing the surge of reaction, feeling what's happening within, and choosing to act with clarity rather than haste. To respond is to refuse to be a slave to impulse. It's the conscious decision of what kind of human being you want to be in that precise moment. The one carried away, or the one who remains composed. Even under pressure, Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." A simple phrase, almost ordinary at first glance. And yet, if you truly grasp it, it changes the way you face every challenge. Wait until you see why this idea, when practiced daily, can quite literally transform your relationship with the world. Part 2. The heart of Stoicism, inner mastery. The Stoics did not seek to eliminate their emotions. They knew emotions were part of the human condition, natural, inevitable, and at times even useful. But instead of fleeing from them or surrendering to them, they learned to understand, to channel, and to transform them into strength rather than burden. For them, anger, fear, and sorrow were not enemies. They were signals, messengers of the mind revealing what truly matters to us. To ignore them is to cut yourself off from a part of who you are. To listen without control is to lose yourself in them. Seneca wrote, "He who is angry has already lost the battle with himself." That single line captures the essence of Stoic art, to remain sovereign over one's mind, even in the midst of the storm. To respond rather than react is to refuse to become a slave to emotions that pass like waves. It is to choose clarity over chaos, lucidity over confusion, and in that choice, quiet but constant, is born true inner freedom, the kind that nothing and no one can ever take away. Part 3. The art of the pause. The decisive moment between what happens and how you respond. There is a space, and within that space lies your power, your freedom, your true inner strength. Take a breath. Observe. Before replying to a hurtful message, before giving in to panic or fear, pause, even for 3 seconds. It may seem insignificant, but that brief silence changes everything. That short moment is enough to reclaim control over your mind, to let awareness come before impulse. It's often within those few seconds that the difference is made, between peace and regret, between mastery and loss of control. It is this pause that transforms an impulsive reaction into a response born of wisdom, that turns agitation into a moment of learning. Try it tomorrow, just once. When something irritates you, breathe, then choose, and you'll see that single breath can become the starting point of a calmer, clearer, more lucid life. Part 4. Cultivating self-awareness. Self-awareness is the first training of the Stoic mind. It is the foundation upon which all inner mastery is built. It means learning to observe yourself without judgment, to recognize your emotions, your thoughts, your impulses, without necessarily obeying them. It is not a battle against yourself, but a practice of lucidity. Each time you feel tension rising, impatience, fear, anger, ask yourself this simple question: am I choosing this reaction, or is it choosing me? That single phrase acts like a mirror. It brings you back to the present, to awareness of what is truly happening. And in that instant, you step out of the current. You cease to be swept away and become the observer instead of the victim. The more you practice, the more this inner space expands until it becomes a quiet zone at the heart of the storm. The Stoics practiced this daily, often through writing in the evening. They would take time to reflect on their actions, their emotions, their choices. They would note with honesty, where did I react without reflection? Where did I remain calm? A simple habit, almost ordinary, yet immensely powerful, because it is in those moments of reflection that the true strength of character is slowly, steadily built. Part 5. The power of reframing. One of the greatest strengths of Stoicism is the ability to reframe what we experience, to stop labeling events as good or bad, and instead see them simply as opportunities to grow. It is a subtle art, transforming what seems like a trial into a lesson in learning. A failure, a teacher, a loss, a moment for humility, an obstacle, a training ground for resilience, a chance to measure your inner strength rather than your fragility. Marcus Aurelius saw every difficulty as training for the soul. And he was right. The problem is not the event itself, but the perception we hold of it. Two people can live through the same situation. One collapses, the other rises. The difference does not lie in the circumstances, but in how each chooses to interpret them. Change the way you see things, and you change the way they affect you. And that single shift in perspective can transform an entire life. Part 6. Focusing on what you can control. The Stoics divided the world into two simple categories: what depends on us and what does not. Their entire philosophy begins with this fundamental distinction. It's a simple idea, yet it profoundly changes the way we live. Your attitude depends on you. Your efforts, your thoughts, your choices, all depend on you. The way you respond, speak, act, and persevere, all of it lies within your control, but the opinions of others, external events, the past, chance, or outcomes do not. And the sooner you accept this, the lighter life becomes. Yet it is often here that we waste the most energy, trying to control everything, replaying what lies beyond our reach. We exhaust ourselves attempting to change what was never ours to command, forgetting that true freedom exists only in what we can master. Bring your attention back to what you control, even if it's just one thing: your reaction. And you will feel your inner peace return naturally, as if it had always been there, merely hidden beneath the noise of the world. Part 7. Turning theory into practice. Do you truly want to train your mind to remain calm? Then practice every single day. Wisdom is not found in words, but in repeated actions. It is through simple, consistent exercises that serenity becomes second nature. Here are 3 practices anyone can follow. Simple yet powerful when done with sincerity. Conscious breathing. 3 times a day. Take 10 slow, deep breaths, feel the air enter and leave your body. Let yourself unwind. It's a gentle reminder to your mind that all is well, here and now. The pause before speaking, before you respond, wait 3 seconds. That brief, almost invisible silence creates a space for clarity. It is within that suspended moment that wisdom often appears. The Stoic Journal. Each evening, write down your reactions, your progress, your missteps. Not to judge yourself, but to understand yourself a little better each day. It is an honest mirror, an inner dialogue that strengthens your self-mastery. These small gestures, repeated over time, forge an unshakable mind, and as the weeks go by, you'll notice. The situations that once made you explode no longer shake you. They simply become opportunities to see how much you've grown. Staying calm is not a weakness. It is a sign of inner strength. The outer world will always change, but your mind can remain still, like a mountain. Every reaction is a choice, and every choice shapes the person you become. So next time life challenges you, remember this. Don't react, respond.